Have you ever stopped to question the constant hum of society's expectations? The endless slogans of "find your better half," "you're incomplete without someone," or the persistent fear of being alone that lingers like a shadow. These aren't truths. They're echoes of a world too busy to understand the value of solitude. Let's pause for a moment and peel back the layers of this noise. What if the absence of another doesn't equate to emptiness, but rather opens the door to unparalleled freedom? What if the greatest act of self-love and growth lies not in the embrace of another, but in embracing yourself fully? In ancient philosophy, the Stoics taught us that the key to a fulfilled life lies in mastery over our own minds. They believed in the power of self-reliance, the clarity of solitude, and the strength found in standing unwavering amidst life's chaos. Today, as modern distractions and societal pressures pull us in countless directions, these ancient lessons remain more relevant than ever. Living alone, by choice, not circumstance, is not a retreat from life but a bold step towards self-discovery and empowerment. Imagine waking each morning not to the demands of compromise or the weight of external validation, but to the pure, unadulterated silence of your own thoughts. This silence is not empty, it's profound. It's a sanctuary where you can hear the voice of your inner self, untethered by others' expectations. Living alone isn't about isolation, it's about liberation. It's about creating a life where every decision, every breath, and every moment reflects your truest self. What follows is not a rejection of relationships or connections, but an invitation to reconsider what it means to truly live. It's a call to step outside the boundaries of societal norms and ask the questions few dare to. Who am I when I am completely alone? What do I desire when no one else's voice influences my choices? And most importantly, can I find within myself the strength to be whole, complete, and at peace? 1. Freedom and independence. Freedom. It's a word we toss around often, but do we truly understand its essence? Living alone offers a rare and profound taste of what freedom genuinely means. In solitude, every moment of your day belongs to you. The first light of morning greets only your thoughts, and each decision, from the mundane to the monumental, carries the weight of your will alone. There's no compromise, no negotiation, no dilution of intent. When you reach for the remote, it's not just about choosing the channel. It's about reclaiming the power over your time, your focus, your life. This autonomy, however, is not merely about convenience. It is about forging a relationship with yourself that is unbreakable. In ancient Stoic philosophy, the wise were those who mastered their inner worlds. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Living alone compels you to confront this truth. There is no one to shoulder the blame or to fill the silences. Only you, standing as the architect of your reality. And in this space, stripped of distractions, you find the purest form of self-awareness. Freedom is not the absence of responsibility, but the acceptance of it. The decisions you make while living alone are entirely your own. Whether it's choosing how to spend your time, what dreams to pursue, or even how to handle life's inevitable challenges, every choice reflects your values and priorities. It's not just the small victories, like eating the last slice of pizza or rearranging your furniture at midnight, that matter. It's the profound realization that you are enough. You are capable. You are free. Living alone transforms your home into a haven, a sanctuary untouched by the friction of shared space or clashing priorities. Every corner becomes an extension of your identity, every choice a reflection of your essence. The peace you feel when you walk through that door is not merely physical, it is spiritual. It is the peace of knowing that here, in this space, you answer only to yourself. And in answering to yourself, you honor the deepest truths of who you are. This is not just freedom, it is liberation of the soul. 2. Self-discovery and growth. To live alone is to embark on a journey inward, one that strips away the noise of external influences and forces you to confront the core of who you are. This is not an escape, it's a pilgrimage. In the quiet spaces of solitude, you begin to see yourself with clarity that no mirror can provide. The Stoics often spoke of knowing oneself as the foundation of a virtuous and meaningful life. When you live alone, you are no longer defined by the expectations, preferences, or shadows of others. Instead, you step into the light of your own authenticity. Think about the countless compromises people make in relationships, small decisions that slowly erode the essence of who they are. What should we eat becomes what do they want to eat, and what do I want in life often fades into what do we need together. These moments, seemingly insignificant, accumulate over time, chipping away at your identity. Living alone removes this gradual loss. It gives you the space to ask yourself the important questions. What truly makes me happy? What ignites my passions? What are my values when no one else is watching? This journey isn't always easy. There are moments of discomfort, of facing flaws and vulnerabilities you might have ignored in the presence of others. But it is in these moments that growth begins. You learn resilience because there's no one to lean on but yourself. You cultivate problem-solving skills because the responsibility for your life rests entirely on your shoulders. The Stoics believed that hardship was the path to strength, an idea encapsulated by Seneca's words, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Living alone is a crucible where your character is forged and refined. In solitude, you find your voice, your true voice, untouched by the demands or judgments of others. You rediscover forgotten dreams, uncover hidden talents, and build confidence that comes from knowing you can handle life's challenges independently. This is not loneliness. This is completeness. It's the realization that your worth is not tied to anyone else but rooted in the unshakable foundation of self-reliance. And in this realization, you unlock a freedom and strength that no one can take away. 3. Professional and financial autonomy. Living alone isn't just about reclaiming your personal space. It's about reclaiming your ambitions and aligning your life with your goals. In the solitude of your own home, your career and financial path become entirely yours to shape. There's no need to compromise your aspirations to accommodate someone else's needs or adjust your pace to match theirs. You're free to chase your dreams at full speed, to dive into your passions with undivided focus, and to pursue opportunities without hesitation. Consider how relationships often demand the synchronization of two lives. Decisions about career moves, work hours, and even the cities we live in are shaped by compromise. While compromise has its place, it can often dilute your ability to act decisively. Living alone removes these constraints. It gives you the freedom to take risks that align with your vision. Want to relocate across the country for a promotion? You can. Feel inspired to start a side project that keeps you up until 3 a.m.? There's no one to tell you otherwise. The Stoics taught us to control what we can and release what we cannot. And when you live alone, the reins of your professional life are firmly in your hands. Financially, this autonomy extends even further. Every dollar you earn is yours to allocate according to your values. No arguments about whether to save or spend, no compromises on investment strategies, no clashing philosophies about financial priorities. Your resources reflect your discipline and purpose. You can build the foundation for a future that mirrors your ideals, a future unburdened by someone else's habits or expectations. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Living alone allows you to align your financial habits with this wisdom, focusing on meaningful goals rather than fleeting desires. This autonomy fosters not just success, but a profound sense of fulfillment. When your career flourishes, you know it's the result of your hard work and determination. When your financial goals are achieved, They reflect your discipline and foresight. Living alone doesn't just give you the freedom to succeed. It gives you the clarity to define what success truly means to you. And in doing so, it ensures that every step you take is a step toward the life you've envisioned, unencumbered and unapologetically yours. 4. Peaceful environment. Living alone transforms your space into a sanctuary, a reflection of your mind, your values, and your individuality. In the quiet of solitude, your home ceases to be just a place where you sleep or eat. It becomes a sacred ground, curated entirely by you, for you. There's no need to navigate the complexities of shared spaces, no compromises over decor, noise levels, or daily routines. Instead, every corner speaks of your essence, every detail shaped by your preferences. It is an environment where you can breathe deeply, free from the disruptions of external demands. This peace is more than the absence of chaos. It is the presence of harmony. The Stoics often emphasize the importance of controlling one's internal state, recognizing that external order is a mirror of inner clarity. When you live alone, your home becomes a tangible expression of this principle. The way you arrange your furniture, the colors you choose, the books you stack, all these decisions flow from the clarity you cultivate within. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your home, then, becomes a canvas painted with your values, passions, and dreams. There's a unique tranquility in walking into a space that feels wholly yours. There's no clutter from unresolved arguments, no remnants of conflicting tastes, no external energy to disturb the balance. Instead, the silence is profound, not empty but alive with possibilities. You can fill it with your favorite music, meditate in its stillness, or let it inspire creative pursuits. It is a space where you can rest, reflect, and recharge. A space that nurtures your spirit and fuels your growth. This harmony extends beyond the physical realm into the mental and emotional. When your environment aligns with who you are, it fosters a sense of stability and security. You are free to establish rituals that ground you. Morning affirmations, evening meditations, or simply sipping coffee as sunlight streams through the windows. These rituals, untainted by compromise, become acts of self-care, deepening your connection to yourself. Living alone doesn't just offer you a peaceful environment. It provides the conditions for profound personal transformation. In the serenity of your sanctuary, you find not just peace but the space to grow into the person you were always meant to be. 5. Social and creative freedom. Living alone grants you the unparalleled freedom to curate your connections and cultivate your creativity without compromise. In solitude, the social bonds you maintain are those you choose deliberately, not those imposed by circumstance or obligation. This intentional approach to relationships creates a depth and authenticity that can be elusive in the noise of shared living. Friendships evolve into meaningful connections, free from the strain of external pressures or unspoken expectations. You surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you, echoing the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. This freedom extends beyond the realm of relationships into the boundless domain of creativity. Solitude provides a fertile ground for ideas to flourish, unencumbered by judgment or distraction. When you live alone, your time and energy become a blank canvas, ready to be filled with the colors of your imagination. Whether it's writing, painting, music, or any other pursuit, your creative impulses are free to flow without interruption. In this silence, the ancient Stoic principle of logos, the rational, creative force within us, finds its purest expression. The beauty of living alone is that you are no longer constrained by the needs or schedules of others. Your social interactions are intentional, chosen when they enhance your life rather than detract from it. Similarly, your creative endeavors are shaped by your unique rhythms and desires. Want to spend an entire weekend immersed in a new project? You can. Feel inspired to take a spontaneous day trip for inspiration? Nothing holds you back. The freedom of solitude allows you to embrace your passions fully and unapologetically. This independence fosters not only creativity but also self-discovery. As you explore your interests and deepen your relationships, you begin to uncover parts of yourself that may have remained hidden in the distractions of shared living. You connect with others not out of necessity but from a place of authenticity, and you create not to please others but to express your truest self. Living alone, then, is not about isolation but liberation, a chance to engage with the world on your terms, to form connections that matter, and to create a life that resonates with your deepest values. 6. Myths about loneliness. Loneliness is a specter that society often dangles before those who choose to live alone, painting solitude as a void to be filled rather than a vessel to be nurtured. But what if loneliness isn't the enemy we're taught to fear? What if it's a teacher, a guide that forces us to confront the most profound aspects of our existence? The Stoics believe that true strength lies in facing life's challenges head-on, and loneliness is no exception. Living alone challenges you to redefine loneliness, not as a deficiency, but as an opportunity for growth. Being in a relationship doesn't guarantee the absence of loneliness. In fact, some of the most isolating moments occur when you find yourself next to someone who doesn't truly see you or understand you. That kind of loneliness, hidden behind the facade of connection, can be far more painful than the solitude of living alone. When you live alone, you address loneliness directly, learning to find fulfillment within yourself. You begin to understand that loneliness is not an absence of others, but an absence of self-awareness. In solitude, you discover the joy of your own company. Those quiet Friday nights that others pity become moments of transformation. You start to explore the hobbies you've always wanted to try, the books you've longed to read, the thoughts you've never had time to entertain. Slowly, you realize that the emptiness society associates with solitude is actually a blank canvas, yours to fill with meaning, creativity, and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." By facing loneliness, you develop resilience and inner strength. You learn to depend on yourself, to solve your own problems, and to find joy in the simplest things. This self-reliance becomes a cornerstone of your character, shaping you into someone who doesn't seek external validation but instead radiates confidence from within. Living alone isn't about avoiding others. It's about finding yourself. It's about learning that the most fulfilling relationships, both with others and with life itself, begin with a deep and unshakable relationship with your own soul. 7. Practical benefits. Living alone doesn't just offer abstract ideals like independence and self-discovery. It also delivers tangible, practical benefits that elevate your daily life. In solitude, the mechanics of everyday existence align seamlessly with your preferences, habits, and goals. It's not just a lifestyle choice. It's a foundation for mastery over the seemingly small details that collectively shape your existence. The Stoics understood the importance of structure and order, believing that a disciplined life fosters clarity and purpose. Living alone allows you to design that structure without compromise. Consider time management, a skill often sacrificed in the context of shared living. When you live alone, every hour belongs entirely to you. There are no delays waiting for someone else to get ready, no need to coordinate schedules, no obligations to spend time on activities that don't align with your interests. Your mornings can start with quiet reflection, your evenings with focused effort or peaceful relaxation. This mastery of time empowers you to allocate your energy to what truly matters, aligning your actions with your values. As Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The same principle applies to your environment. Without the interference of another's preferences or clutter, your space becomes a direct reflection of your mind, a sanctuary of peace and productivity. Want to rearrange furniture at midnight or leave your desk exactly as it is for days? You can. Your home evolves into a realm where every decision is yours to make, fostering both comfort and efficiency. This control spills over into your financial habits. No more splitting bills or negotiating over expenses. Every dollar you earn is spent in alignment with your priorities, reinforcing the Stoic ideal of living simply and purposefully. These practical benefits extend beyond convenience. They cultivate self-discipline, autonomy, and a profound sense of capability. By living alone, you are not merely navigating life, you are mastering it. The choices you make, the habits you form, and the routines you establish all converge to create a life that reflects the best version of yourself. These seemingly mundane advantages are, in truth, the building blocks of a life lived with intention, clarity, and purpose. Solitude sharpens your focus, amplifies your efficiency, and reminds you that true freedom is found in the mastery of the everyday. 8. Spiritual and mental well-being. Living alone offers a profound opportunity to cultivate spiritual and mental well-being, unencumbered by the distractions and demands of shared living. In the stillness of solitude, you are given the rare gift of time. Time to reflect, to reconnect with your inner self, and to align your actions with your values. The Stoics believed in the importance of examining one's life daily, an idea reflected in Marcus Aurelius' practice of journaling his thoughts. Living alone creates the ideal environment for such introspection, allowing you to step back from the noise of the world and engage in meaningful self-dialogue. In solitude, you can cultivate rituals that deepen your connection to your beliefs and foster inner peace. Whether it's morning meditation, evening prayer, or simply moments of quiet gratitude, these practices anchor you in the present and strengthen your sense of purpose. Without the influence of others' schedules or preferences, you can design a routine that nourishes your soul. This is not escapism. It is engagement with the most essential aspects of who you are. As Seneca observed, nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. Mentally, the peace that comes with living alone is transformative. The absence of external drama or conflicting priorities creates space for clarity and focus. You begin to understand your thoughts more deeply, to process your emotions with greater honesty, and to find solutions to challenges without external interference. This mental clarity fosters emotional resilience, helping you navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength. In the silence of your own space, you learn that peace is not something given to you by others. It is something you create within yourself. Spiritually, living alone allows you to explore life's deeper questions. Who am I? What do I believe? What truly matters to me? These are not questions to be answered hurriedly or in the presence of constant distractions. They require quiet, patience, and a willingness to look inward. By embracing solitude, you create a sacred space where these explorations can unfold naturally, guiding you toward greater self-awareness and a more purposeful life. Living alone is not merely about being physically alone. It's about creating a sanctuary for your mind and spirit. It's about discovering that the greatest peace comes not from the absence of others, but from the harmony you build within yourself. In this space, you find not loneliness but liberation, a freedom to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally in ways that enrich every aspect of your life. 9. Reframing relationships. Living alone doesn't mean rejecting relationships, it means redefining them. It's a shift in perspective that prioritizes quality over quantity and self-awareness over societal expectations. In solitude, you learn that relationships should complement your life, not complete it. They should enhance your joy, not diminish your peace. The Stoics often taught that external connections are not the source of true contentment. Happiness is cultivated within. As Epictetus said, "Seek not the good in external things. Seek it in yourselves." When you live alone, you gain the clarity to evaluate relationships with a discerning eye. You no longer seek companionship out of fear of being alone or to conform to cultural norms. Instead, you engage with others from a place of strength and self-sufficiency. This perspective fosters healthier, more meaningful connections. You recognize that a partner or friend is not a solution to your emptiness, but an addition to your already fulfilling life. Living alone teaches you that relationships thrive when they are built on mutual respect, shared values, and the freedom to be your authentic self. Solitude also empowers you to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. It gives you the courage to walk away from situations that compromise your well-being or diminish your sense of self. This is not an act of selfishness, it is an act of self-respect. By setting higher standards for the people you allow into your life, you create space for connections that are genuine, supportive, and enriching. Furthermore, living alone shifts the focus from seeking external validation to cultivating inner confidence. You stop relying on others to define your worth or provide your happiness. Instead, you build a foundation of self-respect and self-reliance, ensuring that any relationship you enter into is a choice, not a necessity. This independence doesn't isolate you, it liberates you. It allows you to appreciate the beauty of connection without losing yourself in the process. Reframing relationships through the lens of solitude reveals their true purpose: to add value to your life, not to anchor it. It's a lesson in balance, teaching you to love others without losing yourself and to cherish connection without compromising your peace. Living alone is not a rejection of relationships, but a celebration of your ability to choose them wisely and authentically. In this way, solitude becomes a bridge, not a barrier, to deeper and more meaningful connections. 10. Celebration of independence. Living alone is more than a practical choice. It's a profound declaration of independence. It is a conscious decision to take control of your life, to stand on your own, and to embrace the strength that comes with self-reliance. It's not about rejecting the world or isolating yourself, but about owning your journey and shaping your path with intention. The Stoics taught that true freedom is not the absence of constraints, but the mastery of oneself. When you choose to live alone, you are living this principle fully, creating a life that is as authentic as it is empowering. Independence is not merely the ability to exist without others. It's the courage to thrive in solitude. It's about waking up each day knowing that your choices, your actions, and your future rest entirely in your hands. This realization is both liberating and humbling. It teaches you responsibility, fosters discipline, and instills a deep sense of pride in the life you are building. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look there." Living alone allows you to tap into that well of inner strength. In solitude, you celebrate not just what you've achieved, but who you've become. You see the growth that comes from solving problems on your own, the resilience that emerges from facing challenges independently, and the wisdom that develops from reflecting deeply on your experiences. Every small victory, whether it's fixing a broken faucet or mastering a new skill, becomes a testament to your capability. These moments of triumph build unshakable confidence, reinforcing that you are enough, that you always have been. Choosing to live alone is also a powerful act of self-respect. It's a statement that you value your peace, your growth, and your happiness enough to prioritize them. It's about building a life so full and meaningful that relationships become a choice, not a necessity. And when you do choose to connect with others, it's from a place of strength, not dependence. This independence is not just a lifestyle. It's a philosophy, a way of living that celebrates the best of who you are. Living alone is not a retreat. It's a triumph. It's the realization that your life is your masterpiece, and you are the artist. It's about embracing the freedom to design your days, to follow your passions, and to live unapologetically as your true self. Independence is not just something you have, it's something you embody. And in that embodiment, you find a profound and lasting joy. A joy that only comes from knowing that you are, in every sense, free. Conclusion. Living alone is not a withdrawal from life. It's a step toward mastering it. It's about embracing the silence, the solitude, and the stillness to uncover your truest self. In this choice lies a quiet power, one that teaches you resilience, fosters self-awareness, and equips you with the tools to navigate life with clarity and purpose. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with our nature, and solitude allows you to align with your inner truth, free from the distractions of external expectations. It is not just a lifestyle. It's a philosophy, a practice of growth, and a celebration of independence. But remember, this path is not about rejecting relationships or connections. It's about creating a life so complete that relationships become a choice, not a necessity. It's about building a foundation so strong that anything or anyone you allow into your life becomes an addition to your joy, not a condition for it. Solitude sharpens your focus, nurtures your passions, and reveals the profound strength you carry within. As you navigate this journey, you are not just existing. You are thriving, evolving, and becoming the best version of yourself. So, take this step boldly. Choose your independence, embrace your freedom, and celebrate the extraordinary life you're building. Every moment spent living authentically, unapologetically, and intentionally is a step toward true fulfillment. Let this be a reminder. You are enough, you are capable, and you are complete. If this message resonates with you, if it inspires you to embrace the transformative power of solitude and seek deeper wisdom in your journey, then subscribe to this channel. Together, let's explore the timeless lessons of Stoic philosophy, self-growth, and the art of living well. Join a community that values reflection, resilience, and the pursuit of a life lived with purpose. Your journey toward becoming the strongest, most authentic version of yourself starts here. Subscribe now, and let's take this path together.